Airbnb is exploding in Jamaica. I know the resorts are not going to like this. Welcome, JA lovers. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time joining me, thank you so much for checking out my video. If you're coming back, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you subscribe to my channel and stick around with me for more of the journey. I talk about any and everything Jamaican on this channel. So today, I wanted to share an article from the Jamaica Gleaner. And oh my goodness, do you see that? 81 degrees in Kingston, Jamaica. That's... Anyway, I'll be in Jamaica soon, so I'll just try to just wait and be patient. Wait my turn. All right. So this article here is around more Jamaicans joining the Airbnb platform. So 600 more join the Airbnb platform. And recently we've seen an explosion, and this is across the world, in the sharing economy. And by the sharing economy, I'm talking about things like Airbnb, where people are sharing their homes and benefiting financially. The things like Uber, where folks are using their cars for renting, not basically renting, I guess, or taxi services, or folks are renting their cars to other people for them to use, or people are renting their purses and, other possessions that they have. There's just basically an explosion of entrepreneurial capabilities that's being afforded by these internet platforms. And so it's exciting to see Jamaicans kind of getting in on it, because if you were to listen to the big multinational companies that come to Jamaica and make these huge resort complexes, they make it seem as though tourists can't venture outside of the compound to interact with the local people. And that is not true. And things like this story highlight that, people are, oops, there goes my arm. People are essentially coming into Jamaica, and they are utilizing various locals' homes for their accommodation, and they're having a good time. So let's get into the article here. The Airbnb community in Jamaica featured 3,700 active hosts on the community's platform, right? And this was this year. So this is 600 more than the numbers in December, when the platform registered 3,100 hosts and 5,900 active listings. And so Jamaican government has been trying to keep pace with the explosion of investment in Airbnb accommodation, including policy tweaks to adjust to the growth of the community-based bed and breakfast type of hospitality service. And so the ministry and its agencies are trying to develop the emerging market, and they're trying to formally implement a system to maintain the high standards of service integrity and competitive advantage. I'm pretty sure also the government is trying to make sure that it's getting its tax benefits from this. But you know what? The Jamaican general consumption tax sitting up there at almost 17% means that, don't worry, the money does eventually make it back into the government hands in a lot of cases. So, the Jamaican people are, utilizing this service to their benefit, and the government should support that, essentially. So it's saying Airbnb is offering an ideal opportunity to spread tourism benefits beyond the traditional resorts areas and into local communities across the length and breadth of Jamaica, right? So it's taking tourism off the beaten track. So in the 12 months ending July 1, Jamaican hosts made a total income of US $12.1 million. So that's 1.535 billion Jamaican dollars, right? So that is 1.535 billion Jamaican dollars that is inside the pockets of Jamaicans and not in the pocket of these big multinational corporations. So that's a good thing already. So it says here, of the 3,700 hosts, 60% are female and 40% are male, which is a surprising figure to me. That's a lot of males there, 40%. And this also, to me, goes towards or helps that truth and reality that, there are males in Jamaica who people are coming and staying in their homes, and they're leaving safely. Right? So all these people are trying to run around, make it seem like, males are running around rampantly attacking everybody that's there. I mean, I don't know that that is necessarily 100% true. That is happening for sure in in some instances, but really what you see here is an offering that is safe for people, and people are continuing to return. So it says here the host scored an average of 4.6 stars. So it's a high rating from the guests, right? And 70% of Jamaican hosts were rated as 5 stars. So these hosts are providing high quality service to their patrons, right? And there's great feedback and word of mouth promotion. And these tourists are mostly coming from New York, Florida, and England, right? In Kingston, a typical host is earning US $2,000 annually. In the Grill, around 3,300, and Montego Bay, 3,500, right? So this is important income to local families. This is money in their pockets. This is them being able to directly participate in the tourism industry. And when you're looking at these figures, I mean, they're not breaking the bank, but I mean, US $3,500 annually. Let me just do a quick calculation here. 3,500 US at, say, 127. That's wait a second. 3,500 US annually at 127. That is almost $500,000 Jamaican dollars that these hosts are getting in their pockets. That's meaningful income, right? And so the additional business up to mid-year builds on the 49% growth in hosts on the travel platform and 65% improvement in guest arrivals during 2017. And in that year, like, earnings topped 1 billion Jamaican dollars. So this is inclusive and sustainable tourism, right? And then people around them benefit as well, right? So when you come into a local community, you're going to be buying your food at a local restaurant. You're probably going to be buying crafts from somebody who is within the community, unlike the cases where the resorts trap you on their compound and then you can only leave in their buses and to their excursions. And really, the Jamaican people at large are not benefiting that much. I have stories that I could tell, and I have my own gripes with the all-inclusive industry. Don't get me wrong, I love to hang out at an all-inclusive. I love to lay out on the beach and get pampered and all of that. Not to say that you can't get pampered elsewhere in Jamaica. But I'm telling you, on my recent visit to Jamaica in May, I stayed at Sandals. I didn't stay, I actually just, went there on a day pass. And it was nice. It was nice enjoying that experience. But at the same time, at the end of the day, when it was time to leave, I was happy to head back into the country and, they out on the road, I buy my food and I interact with people and I enjoy myself. I mean, listen, there's many worlds in Jamaica and you can have the best of both worlds. You can come in and interact with people and don't worry about what's going to happen to you. You're going to be totally fine. And then another thing too, the resorts and how much they pay their employees. I remember I was at another one. I think this one was at Secrets, and I was talking to a woman who was giving me and my friend a massage, and we had paid like almost $300 US for that massage. And would you believe that the woman was telling me that she was basically making minimum wage for that job? I mean, minimum wage in Jamaica, I think, is less than 10,000 Jamaican dollars. I don't know. I'll have to research it. But at the time, it wasn't that high, which, even if it were 10,000 Jamaican dollars, 10,000 Jamaican dollars is not even $100 US a week. That is how much the woman was being paid for her efforts, right? And she was having to use that money to travel to and from work, to probably buy her lunch, maybe keep her lights on in her house, and just do basic sustenance, right? There was no opportunity for growth for her because these resorts are taking advantage of people. But that's a story for another day. The idea of the story here is that Jamaicans are able to get in and directly benefit from an industry in which historically it has been like pittances and crumbs off the table that people have been eating. So I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate your support as I look to grow here as a micro YouTuber. I look forward to you joining me on the journey, and until next time, take care of yourself, my friend.